Good afternoon, everyone. Philip from Blackbull Markets here. I hope you guys are doing well. Just another video market update for you guys. Again, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, something a little bit different and analysis-wise today. I've been doing a lot of technical analysis patterns, so head and shoulders, triangles, support and resistance lines, those sort of things. So in this one, I'm just going to show you guys, there's going to be some Elliott Wave analysis in this as well. And also, the majority of this will be based on Fibonacci levels as well. If you guys are not too familiar with that, go have a look. We released a video just a day or so ago just on how to use Fibonacci levels and retracements in your analysis to help you or aid you in your trading. So we'll quickly dive into it. Hope you guys enjoy it. It's going to be a bit in depth in this as well. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and let's get it stuck into it. All right, so what you guys can see here, we've made this sort of Bitcoin has really pushed up a lot. If you guys have watched our previous videos, you would have seen we did catch it down here. And then after that, we looked at support levels. For our support level at $7,745 for Bitcoin, you can see it's blown past that as well. So now it's sort of, there's not really a support level here, and it has sort of just stopped and made a sharp turnaround here. So I can quickly show you guys some other technical analysis that we can use to sort of determine when this would happen, or also to aid you in sort of a turnaround points in the market or resistance areas in the market. So this is Fibonacci, what we're going to use. I'll just quickly label this for you as well. In Elliott Wave, I've picked this up as an impulse wave. Also combining with our technical analysis that we had that head and shoulders. So for the Elliott Wave, you can see it's made this our first wave. Looks like a zigzag retracement for a second wave, and then making a strong impulse wave for the third wave, and then moving down into our fourth wave, also making it looks like a double zigzag that we have here. A WXY, where we've got two zigzag patterns in one, and then hopefully we can have a wave 5 later on, depending on what it does next. So let's show you why this, or one of the reasons why this could have turned around. So Fibonacci works as a big psychological level for people. It's called the golden ratio. So these are certain levels that shows up in nature and in trading, and also in human psychology as well. So the levels we'll be looking at is the main levels are, I'll quickly show you here. So we use the retracement. So the main levels we're looking at for Fibonacci is 0.236. We have 0.382. Also 50%, which is 0.5, and also 0.618. So these levels are also different variants, so times by 100. So you could have, you can see here, 61.8, or for other examples, we can use 1.618 or 161.8. So I'll quickly show you how we can use it here on Bitcoin as well. So we've had a retracement here. So we will just measure this first wave quickly. You can see that wave 2 sort of came around about this 61.8 level. I did sort of go past it, and then eventually it did move up. But I mean, it has sort of stalled round about that area. So the golden section that we're going to be looking for, especially in Fibonacci, are these three levels. So maybe that's 38.2, 50, and 61.8. So this little area right over here is what people ideally look for support and resistance in Fibonacci retracements. So what I mean by that is when the market does move in a trend and it does retrace into one of these areas, people will use it as if it does go past it, or if it stays above it, they'll use it as a sort of an indication that it has the market will continue. And if it does come past it, they sort of use it as an indication that the market has turned around. Now in this case, it has actually moved past this area. In this case, for this wave 1, but it has gone up further. So it is more or less just a guideline, but it is very handy in using it for take profits, and also you could also use it for stop losses, putting the odds in your favor as well. So I'll quickly get our expansion as well, or some people call it a extension. So this is our Fibonacci expansion. Also, you can see the same levels, also just multiples of it. So you can see we've got the same ones where I said earlier before, 161.8, and then we've got our 200, which is just a round number, and then we got 232.8 and 261.8. So if we measure this first move to the upside and the retracement, you can see the wave 3, or the next impulse actually had pretty much spot on the 232.8 level and sharply turned around. So that's what I mean. We can use this sort of to use it as a bit of an indicator almost to tell you or to check when the market could potentially turn around or could hesitate almost or cause a bit of consolidation on that area. So you can see if you did measure this and enter a trade based on the head and shoulders as well, combining it with your technical analysis, you could have put a take profit at that level or at any one of these Fibonacci levels as well. Usually the highest majority ones are 100 that I have found is 100, 132.6. We've got 161.6, which is the biggest majority of the times is usually this one. And then obviously we've got the 200 and so usually the 200. But if it does go past that, I mean, we can look at any of these other potential levels, which would be multiples of these golden ratios. So then again after that we had the retracement. So again we'll measure that using Fibonacci as well. So starting from the bottom of that wave 2, and then measuring up to the end of that wave 3, you can see it has sort of come down to the 38.2, stalling out. So it hasn't fully completed this move. But it does look that it has sort of stopped on there. This could be a potential turnaround area to continue in that trend. I mean, we still have this whole section over here to sort of play around with. So we'll keep an eye on that. Also, if you guys are familiar with Elliott Wave, you know that one of the rules is that your wave 4 cannot go into the territory of your wave 1. So what I mean by that is if we have a retracement of wave 4, and this is our area of wave 1 over here, the end of wave 1. The wave 4 cannot go move into this territory at all. So it has to be it has to be above that. And if it does move into that territory, you know your wave count is wrong and you have to recount it and reanalyze your markets. But for now, it is looking good. So if you guys do know something about Elliott Wave, you know that it goes hand in hand with Fibonacci ratios. So you can see it, like I said, it has stalled on that 38.2, or it is, I wouldn't say stalled, but it is sort of moved down to that level and has made a nice big green or bullish candle to the upside. So we'll see what happens there. I mean, like I said, we still have this whole area to play around with. And also another way we could have used it is if we measure this, so you can see it's made this sort of a zigzag pattern in Elliott Wave as well. It's also called a zigzag, or it's called an ABC, or in this case it could also be a WXY, depending on how you count these internal waves. I'm not going to be too bothered with that right now. I'll just sort of show you guys how to use this Fibonacci. So if we use our expansion again, measure this first move to the downside, which is this leg over here, and its retracement, you can see it has also hit pretty much on that 100% as well. So that is also a good move. So what we can use is if we use our Fibonacci levels and you look for sort of the same area. So what I mean by that is if we measure so we've got our expansion here, and then also we measured our retracement over there. You can see we've got these levels. So these levels are very close to each other. So that is for the retracement, we've got 38.2, and also for this expansion, we've got 100%. So this is a good area to look for, and also this was also a potential area to look around for as well. But we can see this one is a bit better. They're both a bit closer to each other. So like I said, this is a very good area for a potential turnaround and or continuation with this uptrend in the Bitcoin that we have at the moment. And then after that, we can measure it. If you guys are familiar with Elliott Wave, we can measure our waves 1 and waves 2. You can see wave 3 has extended. And if we do measure from wave 4, as you know, if you do follow your guidelines, if wave 3 is extended, wave 1 is usually, waves 1 and wave 5 are usually the same length, or is a Fibonacci ratio thereof. What I mean by that, it could either be 32.8, 61.8, or 100%. So in this case, wave 5 usually does go beyond wave 3. So we're looking for potential move to 100, or it could even still go to 132.8% as well of wave 1. So we'll see what happens there. Also, another one we could use is if we measure both waves 1 to waves 3 and come back to the correction here at wave 4, we can also look for that level 61.8 as well. So I mean, we can, and then again, like I said, we can match up our Fibonacci levels, measuring another one just from this wave 1 to wave 2, and look for close areas. So you can see there are not really any at the moment, and the only one we have are these two over here. So I mean, it could potentially, so this could be a potential area for where the market could stall. We'll just have a look and see. It could cause some consolidation or a sort of correction there. Just also using some technical analysis that is close to a potential double top if it does move up as well. So this is what we're looking at for Bitcoin, guys, using your Fibonacci. I hope it's not too complicated. Like I said, if you guys want to learn a bit more, we have made a video under, I believe it is tutorials, I believe, under the tutorials page. So if you guys want to have a look at that to learn a bit more about Fibonacci, please do so. It can be quite helpful as well. Fibonacci is a very good tool to use in your technical trading. It also goes well with fundamentals as well. Always combining a bit of both. It can also be very handy as well. Alright guys, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please give us that thumbs up. Click that subscribe button. Also click that little bell icon to get notifications of whenever we release new videos. If you guys have got any questions, my details will be provided down below in the link. Or you can hop online at blackbullmarkets.com. Click the little green live chat button and we'll get back to you with a like. We've got 24 5-hour support, I believe. So, and then also if you guys want to communicate via email, if it's a bit easier, a bit more convenient for you, please do so. You can email us at support@blackbullmarkets.com and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And from everyone here at Black Bull Markets, safe trading and enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks for watching.